Middlebury College rioters opposing the speech of libertarian social scientist Charles Murray. A professor was physically attacked. Allison Stanger posted this on Facebook. One thug grabbed me by the hair and others shoved me in a different direction. I know signs with expletives and my name on them. I feared for my life. Just for your information, both Stanger and Murray are not Trump supporters. Let's bring in the student who invited the conservative speaker on campus. He's campusreform.org correspondent Phil Hoxie with me now. Did you have any idea what kind of reaction this would cause, Philip?
Thank you for having me, Liz. We did plan for protests, and we worked with the administration quite closely to accommodate the protesters as best we could, but I think everybody was shocked, including Dr. Murray himself, by the intensity of these protests.
Can you explain what happened to Professor Stanger?
Well, I wasn't there, and there's a police investigation going on right now, but allegedly she had her hair pulled and got a concussion and some whiplash.
Yeah, the students are denying that, she had her hair pulled and she's suffering a concussion. What do you make of the lack of accountability on the part of students, student body? Some people there putting out a statement saying, you know what, it had nothing to do with us. What are your thoughts?
Well, I really think that the students who participated in those more violent protests, along with outside agitators, really don't represent Middlebury College. And I think that on the whole, Middlebury College, and especially the Middlebury College administration, has done everything they can to move forward constructively, especially with faculty taking up the statement of principles that made it in the Wall Street Journal last week.
Should the statement of principles say these students should be held accountable if they committed, jumped on the car, damaged the car that Allison Stanger and Charles Murray was in? Should the statement of principles say they should be subject to the law, kicked out of school?
Well, no, because the statement of principles is actually about free speech and free inquiry on campus.
But shouldn't it be about accountability too? I mean, isn't that a lesson that students should learn?
There's a separate petition and there's a judicial process the administration is going through, which is very diligent, and I trust that they're doing the right thing.
Okay, Philip, are we seeing a pattern here? I mean, it's disturbing this happened and violence occurred. I mean, Allison Stanger now has a concussion, and we saw protests in Berkeley and NYU. What are your thoughts?
Well, organizations like the Leadership Institute and Campus Reform have been covering things like Berkeley and Middlebury for a long time. But I really think that this speaks to larger trends in our country. We right now have two groups of people who, label each other. We call each other deplorable. We call each other racist. And we really need to come together and move forward. And freedom of speech is the way to do that.
That's an excellent point, Philip. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate your time. Come back soon, okay?
Thank you for having me, Liz.
Great point. President